Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Lost Mine Pokemon video game podcast. I'm Lucas, and this is my co-host.
Presumably Landen and Lucas, but
we don't know. It's unconfirmed yet.
True that. True.
There haven't been enough reporters to go to the scene yet, so we don't know all of the details. But from our best guesses, his name is Landen and Lucas.
True that. Lucas, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing fine.
You chilling hard?
Yeah, I'm just testing for NAIC.
Popping off?
Yeah, I am. I'm
playing so much Mewtwo Spite Ops?
Real. I'm 1617 in live ladder.
I think.
Thus far.
Did the ladder reset recently?
Yeah.
Then I'm probably in the base tier then.
Yeah.
I almost got to Arceus last season.
It reset.
And then I just stopped playing.
It reset like a day and a half ago. Just play the
No! I'm cooked.
I'll show you the list.
I can't play this permadonk or whatever.
Yeah, just play the All Blitzel donk list.
That's so boring. That's not fun for me. I'm not even playing Pokemon at that point. That's just donk thing.
When it was election night, Canadian election night, I had the election going on, and I was playing donk on my right screen.
Did you feel fulfilled after that gaming session? You're like, wow, that was a great use of my time.
Yeah, not maybe. I mean, because I just know that I need to get it done. It's just something that I need to get to Arceus.
I suppose if the value you find is getting better games in Arceus, then I
hit a bond today on ladder. That's pretty cool. That's pretty high quality testing.
I'm just trying to think who that is.
Top 8 Pidgeot control guy at Vancouver.
Yes, I definitely am aware. That's good. I know a bond from Seattle that I had known from League Cups a long time ago. Is that the same one?
I think that's the same one.
Oh, cool. He seemed like a nice guy. I haven't talked to him since
I thought he was from
2018.
Seattle.
I think that was. If he is, it's cool. But yeah,
if not, shout out to the non-Abon Seattle Abon.
I think we're thinking about the right guy.
I think so.
The guy I'm thinking of was Abon Ahmed from Seattle.
Yes, that is the same guy.
Him. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I remember him Sun and Moon era because we used to play against each other cups all the time. But
what's your record against him?
No idea. That's
remember right now.
6 to 7 years ago.
Remember right now. Just last game you played against him. Did you win?
I don't know. Still can't remember. Lucas, what is happening soon this month that you were attending?
North American Pokemon International Championships.
No way. He's pulling out the Chug Jug, guys. We're about to get a shield in Fortnite.
We had to restart one of our takes because I just bashed it onto the table
and broke everyone's eardrums. It was brutal. I'm not going to be in attendance of NAIC. Lucas will be. He is testing. I am not. We're going to have very diverging opinions on just our first takes of these online tournaments and then a couple new cards that came out while Lucas drinks water the whole episode and then has to presumably pee about 20 minutes from now.
Yeah.
But that's our plan. We're going to be talking about just 4 of the biggest online tournaments we could find, kind of the results. Obviously, it's kind of not the best source for super good info for your NSC run.
Great Tusk came top 4.
Yeah, it is the information we have access to. I do think this format is going to be quite a bit different than the previous one. Not a huge difference. Obviously, Dragapult and Gardevoir are still going to be very good decks, but there are a couple other decks like Grimmsnarl and Mewtwo that kind of pop in and have been doing pretty well so far. This guy, I tell you, just up to no good. Lucas, do you have anything to talk about other than dropping water bottles and the Tournament of Doom? Wait, where did last week go?
Where did last week go? Do you know?
Probably last week. Probably where it went.
Nah, he just wasn't there because he was in
Do you know another Seattle local that I'm a really big fan of that did in fact win the Tournament of Doom? Wait, where did last week go?
Master Labui.
I love Mr. Labui.
So, me and you might know them. One of our friends, Lily. The people who watch the pod might know. We have this running joke where instead of Lamau, we say Labui Mao. Just thought you should know that.
Labui. I love Labui.
We just go Labui Mao.
I hope he doesn't think it's offensive that everyone just calls him by his full name all the time. I don't. Maybe he just wants to be called Lee. I don't know. Do people want to be called their full name every time?
I mean, we have a local here that we also call Lee Wan. I don't feel like you just refer to him as Lee a lot of the time. It's full name.
Maybe.
I think it's just something with the name Lee.
Maybe.
They aren't satisfied after saying your name.
I mean, it has the same amount of syllables as my name pretty much, and it's 2 names at once. I guess the 3 syllables, Labui. But anyways, Mr. Labui, one of my favorite Pokemon players, I'll say, won this very first Tournament of Doom.
Who's your favorite Pokemon player?
I honestly couldn't answer that question on the spot.
I cannot believe you did not say Lucas Holdell.
I don't know. You put water on your head in the podcast and drop it on my shelf, so...
I'm not going to drop it on your shelf.
You almost did. You almost took out my nice 3D printed Pokemon sign that my coworker made me.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
That was awesome.
I'm gonna put that in this water. This is getting old.
Yeah, it is. Goldango Dragapult, still present in this meta. Is there any new cards here? It does not appear so.
No. Okay.
Why is this so well positioned, Lucas? You tell me, as the master of this format.
The master of this format that's played 2 decks. Goldango one-shot Grimmsnarl. It still takes a good Pult matchup. Its Guardian matchup's fine. Like, it's winnable, especially if you can just, like, set up a Pult eventually. Like, it's fine. It's not great. It's unfavored for sure. But it is winnable. Your Pult matchup's good. Your Grimmsnarl matchup's good. Your Raging Bolt matchup's good. You should have a lot of strong matchups. Yeah. Kind of the same. You just gained a good matchup with Grimmsnarl.
Real?
Grimmsnarl, I think, was
Mewtwo probably also seems pretty reasonable, no?
Mewtwo's not a popular deck. But yes.
Yet. I think Mewtwo's pretty good.
Vsauce music?
Vsauce! I love Vsauce. Michael here. Drops an insane take. Love that guy. But yeah, I think like Goldango was a pretty reasonable deck in the previous metagame.
Do chairs exist?
True. We should bust their brains open with ontology from Vsauce.
Do it right now.
No, this is not.
That's end of podcast material.
Yes, that's end of podcast rants for sure. But yeah, I think Goldango, like Luke said, probably gains a pretty good matchup in the Grimmsnarl. I'd be curious to see if the Mewtwo matchup is reasonable. I would think it would be because the only way of one-shotting you is
it's Raging Bolt. It's just the Raging Bolt matchup.
Yeah, pretty well. It seems to be the same. They will have less
it might be slightly different just because you can.
They do have Spite Ops.
Yeah, like they can one prize board state you.
They're still like two-shotting you at best.
Actually, maybe matchup's not great. They can just one prize board state you.
Yeah, but then you're just like evenly trading.
Maybe you can just set up a Pult super easily.
Yeah.
Like you probably go aggressively.
They do have Articuno though that we can't touch because we don't have Dusknoir though. So
matchup's not great.
No, I think this deck's pretty reasonable. I also think Goldango's just one of the decks that has like inherent power to it that it just can beat random stuff that it rolls up against because you just one shot them.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's one of those decks that's like a counter deck, whereas it beats very certain decks very well, but just gets like destroyed by anything else. I don't think Goldango's one of those decks that just like is a good deck that picked up a good matchup. Which
I miss just saying that it was an F tier every video.
True. This eSearch Pro really cramped our style, but
yeah.
I have no way to hate on Dango anymore because the problem I had with it was solved by this card. So,
screw you, eSearch Pro.
Mr. Labui, we love you. Shout out. Tell me you love me back, or else I'll cry. Mr. Juan here. Hell yeah, with the Rocket Stack. What is your thoughts on this deck?
I think this deck is fine.
Yeah.
It's very mid. It's not as good as Raging. Sorry, I'm not trying to constantly touch your leg with my foot.
Bro, he's putting his feet on me mid-pod is crazy.
Hell yeah.
Bro, you can talk about Regime Rocket's Pokemon.
It's just not as good as Raging Bolt. You have less options. Like you don't have the Baby Bolt for Snipe, and there you have Crobats. But my take on this deck is I really like Spite Ops Crobat. I think the deck's actually not that bad. You have to play double Articuno, double Mimikyu. You play like my line's a 4-4-2 Crobat line, and you just slam a bunch of things into play. Like my list only plays 4 Grass Energy, and you actually actively attack with the Crobat quite often because you like soak a hit and then you attack again and pick it up. But it loses to late game hand disruption because you do not have a thing called Dracloak on your board.
You also can't really play Fez that well either.
Like, yeah, because your Arianas just suck after that. This is a very like Gust and Proton heavy list. I don't know if we need this many Protons. That would be a crazy voice crack.
Set up. You do set up. Also, like finding it turn 1 going first is like pretty important, obviously. So
I think we could cut a Proton for Ariana.
Maybe that's reasonable. Like swap those a bit, but I think that the Mewtwo deck is pretty interesting.
This deck should be playing E-Switch.
Yeah, I do foresee issues with this with the big stage 2 matchups because we don't see the Max Belt here. I don't think the Max Belt's the correct way to play it because like Secret Box is just a broken consistency card for you.
But like, how do you win if you don't play Max Belt?
That was the point I'm trying to make. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't really understand the Zapdos, but I don't think the power of this deck is especially the Pokemon. I think that's what we need to really be thinking about with... No, what are we doing here?
I want to show a cool control list I was playing.
No.
Dude, I was playing a control list.
Lucas, when he's just an opportunity to completely derail the conversation?
Yes. I don't know, this Zapdos wow, man, I need to read
it's
books,
moving energy
man.
from the... Yeah. I don't understand.
Moving energy from the active to the bench.
What is that good against?
It's fine in a Pult. I don't know, man.
You need to go Flare Grunt Pult. And I understand Flare Grunt's not a legal
Star
card,
Grunt.
But that's an effect.
Star Grunt.
I see. Flare Grunt is what an interchangeable term I use for discarding energy. But I don't think that...
Flare Grunt's cooler.
I don't think this deck has the attacker lineup. When you look at this deck, and you look at the Pokemon and you're like, ooh, this doesn't look great. But then you see Guzma going first Bridget, draw to 8, and unfair stamp supporter. And then you're like, okay, this deck's good again. So yeah, I don't think the power of this deck is ever going to be the Pokemon. I think the Pokemon are serviceable enough to enable broken trainers. And I think that's how we should be looking at this deck, as opposed to like...
We should play Water Energy so we can do 120 with Articuno.
True that.
Fixes everything.
And yeah, the Articuno does help you a bit against Dragapult. Obviously, they can just Dusknoir it or just hit you for 200. And
it's
then
just not great.
You're still two-shotting more.
Pult's completely fine to just sit there doing 200 and just trading. It's not that bad. You can set up something, especially if you're playing the Dusknoir version. You can just set it up with just killing Articuno or wiping their board with Dusknoirs. It's not great.
Yeah, so I think this deck, like, if you think about what it's doing, it's probably setting up most games because you have going first 4 Proton, 4 Transceiver, and then you're possibly drawing 2 extra cards off your Stadium going first, and then you're, like, drawing up to 8, or using Archer, or Gusting, and, like, attacking with something serviceable. Like, you have Spidops to one like, 2-shot and or trade with 1 prizers, then you have Mewtwo to, like, Gust, KO, anything with 2 HP or less. So I think that's a pretty reasonable place to be, but you're not, like, going to be... a Raging Bolt in the sense that you just have unlimited damage cap because Mewtwo's capped at 280. So, and you're obviously stuck playing.
Yeah, especially without Max Belt, it makes it kind of weird.
You're basically like
Max Belt's your power spike in a lot of situations.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to try this, but I have no incentive to do it for this format. If Mewtwo's, oh my goodness gracious, Lucas is trolling, but he wants to show you a list. Is it in this format at least?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll allow it.
No, like 3 formats ago.
No. How long is it going to take you to find this?
How? Okay, a bunch of people just... Okay, I think it went 1-2 drop.
You're cooked.
I am so...
Are you Charlie Queen from Australia now?
I'm not Charlie Queen. Nope, wrong list.
This is why we don't let Lucas use the track
Technical issues. This is Charlie Queen. Oh, Sloan. Okay,
here, I'm going to help.
I love Sloan.
Is this you?
Yes, this is the list. Okay. This list is cool. I think Control's actually, like, playable in this format.
This looks like a pile.
I made a lot of changes to add more consistency into the deck, but the deck's like actually kind of cool. You're just supposed to deny energies against Pult. Your win con is to just deck them out with Zerosic Iono. And you play Redeemable, take it to shuffle it all back in. So you just like this deck should be playing Giovanni. I play Giovanni in mine, but I deleted I ended up deleting it from my live account because I actively cannot afford to spend time on Control. I will try and play Control for Worlds, but...
Lucas is a Control fiend. It's come full circle. I used to be the Control fiend. Now I want to touch Control with the 10-foot pole because I don't want to waste my time on something that probably won't work out.
Dude, just play this. Like, okay.
Nope, I'm closing the tab. I'm closing the tab.
Think about it. It's kind of cool, though, because you just petrol for the Grand Tree. You set up your
Are you going to play this for Nasty, Lucas?
No.
Yeah, so let's close the tab. You're getting trolled,
it's
Lucas.
So cool.
He's molding.
So
if you guys like Lucas's Pidgeot control deck, please leave a comment telling me I'm lame.
Oh, that's some pretty good comment incentive.
I agree. You get to hate on me and I'm encouraging it? That's like YouTube peak for people.
Freak you, Landon.
Did I go to the wrong thing?
Nope.
Is this the same tournament? No, it's a different tournament. Fix it. I don't know what I'm doing.
What do you mean fix it? This is your laptop.
You open all the tabs while I wasn't looking.
Oh my god, this is.
No, we got it. We found it. We're fixed.
All I had to do was click one button.
I know. I just didn't know what I did. So, Gardevoir still very good.
Yeah, no, this deck's still incredibly strong.
I want to go back to your comment about Raging Bolt having the snipe option. Are we even playing Baby Bolt now that every setup deck that Baby Bolt's good against plays Shaman?
Yeah, there's a lot of setup decks that are bad in the Bolt aren't playing Shaman.
Such as.
Gardevoir in a lot of situations. In a lot of situations.
I suppose. I mean, not every Shaman deck's gonna play, or every Gardevoir deck's gonna play Shaman. Not every Dragon Bolt deck is. So I suppose it's just reasonable. Shaman is like actually quite meaningfully worse than Manaphy. Like for instance, Screamtail can still KO like a Fez pretty easily with like a Monkey Dory Ping or two throughout the game. So.
It also has 80 HP, and you have to specifically Nest Ball / Ultra Ball it.
Yeah, or Artisan.
I'm not going to show my feet to the camera. That's weird.
Oh, that's crazy. There's some weirdos probably on the internet that is good that you shield those from. So
minor feet.
Real crazy work. But we do see the triple Curlia, triple TM Evo. This is pretty similar to... Is it bad that I haven't looked at the Portland list at all?
Portland list is just playing like Rapska, and it's triple Evo, no boss.
Are they playing 3 Curlia as well, is my main question.
2 Curlia.
Okay. Because I suppose for the most part you only really need to Evo for 1 Curlia.
That list plays nobody, no boss.
And they're Rabsking as their second Evo target. I think it's pretty reasonable to play triple Curlia if you have no other stage 1 though. Especially on the triple team Evo. It's pretty crazy work.
Yeah. Triple team Evo is pretty sick. Just being like a lot of the time Guardian will just in my games, when they're getting buddied, they'll just go Evo, Evo.
Yeah, seems good. Seems pretty good.
Yeah.
We all know Guardy's good. It gains Shaman. That's about really the only card it gains. It does notably gain a very poor matchup into Grimmsnarl,
Yes.
which is a big deal. I think Grimmsnarl, when you look at it, isn't really a good card. It looks pretty bad, especially when you look at the Pokemon it deals with. But it's just
in the
so
meta that it's
set
been
up.
placed into,
It has Monkey Dory. It has Dark
it
typing.
has a way to just go evolve and then solve all of its problems on board. Like a lot of the time, a big thing with Stage 2 decks is that they need to get the Evo, they need to get something else. With Grimmsnarl, it's just evolve, attack.
Pretty much. It's pretty easy. It's not hard. And then you always have your attachment for Turn to Monkey if you want. So
Also, I would like to apologize for last week. I was engulfing the microphone the entire time.
Bro was like, oh, the whole time.
And you made me restart when we did that big thing on the table with the water bottle. Like,
Real.
man, like, yeah.
That was early enough in. I don't really feel the need
I
to
like
talk about
this
Guardy too
Miles
much.
guy. I like Miles. He came third.
Miles?
I like Miles.
Good job.
Miles is cool.
We have Phoenix
Phoenix.
Wing here with Joltik Box, everyone's
Phoenix
favorite deck to
Wing.
hate. If you're a
Kieran.
Joltik Box player, we still like you.
Dude, how many switches? Leaves, switch, Kieran, Prime Catcher.
Bro's never losing to
We are
Maractus.
not losing to Maractus, Cactus,
Kieran, you
Cactus,
forgot Kieran, bro. You
Maractus.
forgot the Kieran.
I said Kieran.
Oh, did you? Oh, sorry. I didn't hear you.
Oh, sorry, bud.
Ooh, how about daddy?
That was bad, man. I can't do an accent. man.
Are you trying to be Canadian?
No!
You are Canadian. You can't even do a Canadian accent?
Basically, yeah.
Bro.
I'm very Americanized with how I speak.
Brutal.
I've been indoctrinated by the Americas.
Oh my god. I do appreciate the 4 ways to do 330 in this deck is pretty interesting with Kieran, Defiance, Double Gravity Mountain. So
This list is a pile, man. There's no
I honestly
shot.
think there's a pretty reasonable case for like.
There's no Pokegear.
Okay, that's fine. I don't really care about anything other than the Gravity Mountain in this list. I think this list is obviously, like Luke is saying, a bit piley, but I just wanted that takeaway to be Gravity Mountain.
I disrespect you as a person because of what you play to a limitless tournament now.
True. We gained another good Stage 2 deck. We now have Grimmsnarl, Dragapult, and Gardevoir presumably in the top 10 decks. This deck can...
Top 5, I would say.
Top 5? I wouldn't. I don't know enough about Grimmsnarl to say it's top 5, but maybe it is. That's true.
Grimmsnarl is just the new cool thing. Yeah, I think it's going to be top 5.
But yeah, Gravity Mountain is just going more up in value.
I do like Double Gravity Mountain.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. I don't think we need the Kieran. I don't think we need the Defiance Man. I don't think we need to switch. We just play triple gear in this deck, and this deck becomes 10x better.
Yeah. Gravity Mountain also notably very sick against mostly specifically Dragapult because the other 2 decks have Monkey Dory, but you can hit for the 300, leave it there, and then Gravity Mountain KO, and then like amp the next Pokemon or something.
Yeah. Like it allows into Pult.
If you whiff it, you
not really.
Sometimes will have an extra turn to hit it with no consequence, which is I think a cool feature.
Rarely against Pult's probably the most likely out. That's like the most
I
likely.
did. I did say sometimes.
Not really though, because all of the Stage 2 decks are. A lot of them are playing heavy Monkey Dory counts, and the other one is playing Monkey Dory with a bunch of draw.
Do you think Joltik Box is in a better position than last format or a worse position? Or completely equal? That would be my take. I don't think it's really changed much.
I mean, its Grim matchup is like probably not great. I actually just don't think Joltik Box beats like Pult or Guardy or Grimmsnarl. I think it's just kind of like you slam things at them.
It's a make them have it deck. This is the same as Miraidon. Make them have it. If they don't have it, they lose instantly.
Yes.
I like that deck. I respect
but this
that
kind of thing. This deck becomes a lot worse when you're out to drawing a boss or a Prime Catcher off of an Iona to 2 and Iona to 1 are low. This deck needs to play gear for it to be actually good, just because half of the reason the deck is good is that you can't get outskilled because you just draw out of it.
Real. We got another one to talk about, though.
Please be playing Pokegear. Please be playing Pokegear.
Is this molding?
There's 3 Pokegear.
Yes. We're cooking. Notably playing no Gravity Mountain, so we cut consistency cards for Gravity Mountains in the other list. We added them back and cut the Gravity Mountains with this one. Notably, this is like minus Kieran, minus Defiance Man, minus...
This is a much more streamlined 60. I don't know why Genesect is here. I think it's fine. It's pretty good because your deck doesn't really want to get stamped, but like...
Just bench Mew, it's fine.
Yeah.
I have not much more thoughts on Joltik Box. I think this deck is fine.
Okay.
I think it's like it's probably worse than Raging Bolt.
If you do not know what to play the day before the event, Joltik Box.
Yeah, you can't really mess it up, which is nice.
Unless you can.
This is pretty much what I think a Grimmsnarl list will look like.
I like how the Morgrim is all the way out.
Yeah, that's weird that it's like it's decided to be all the way over here. But like we said...
he had problems with the rest of his family, so he separated.
Real.
Yeah.
The Grimsnarl deck is most of the time going to be using a combination of Monkey Dory and Frostlass to bolster your damage. We're already playing Dark Energy, obviously because of Grimsnarl, and we always get to attach for turn to Monkey Dory because the Grimsnarl powers itself up.
Pretty sick.
We can cosplay. I would like to see Second Badu in these lists because you can just cosplay as Monkey Dory Frostlass, which is already a very good deck.
It becomes a lot less Frostlass Monkey Dory-esque when you don't play Stamp.
I mean, it's true. We play 4 Iono still, so... and triple counter catcher, so I still think that's a pretty solid mode against a lot of decks. I really like the Maractus. I'm a big fan of Maractus. I have been since it released.
Cactus,
I love that card.
Cactus, Maractus.
Yeah, I think this deck is pretty good though. I don't think it's like it's in contrast to Goldengo.
I want to clap this.
Oh, this fruit fly? Where's it at? I need to do my dishes, guys. There's too much ketchupy plates in my sink. There's fruit flies over there.
You a ketchup fiend?
For my chicken nuggies, yeah. Bought a $10 pack of chicken nuggies from No Frills last week, and I've gone through it after 7 days. So it seems reasonable. Use ketchup every time I haven't done my dishes in a week. That'll happen.
You should buy the Chipotle aioli from Costco. Next time you go.
Maybe.
Chipotle aioli's like fire.
I want to go back to my point, though, about Grimsnarl. Chipotle aioli can go on the back burner. I said earlier about Goldengo that Goldengo is a deck that has gained a better position in the metagame, but is in itself an inherently powerful deck. I think Grimsnarl is the exact opposite, where it has a very good position in the metagame, but is an inherently not powerful deck.
Which I think are fine. It's the same as Zoroark was last meta.
Yeah, like Zoroark is...
a terrible, terrible deck.
Yeah, it's pretty weak. When you actually think about it, like your damage cap is mostly 170 or 90 snipe. However, when you like contextualize it in the format, it's fantastic. And that's kind of where I think Grimsnarl is at. Very, very serviceable into Dragapult, favorable Guardy. We're gonna like just do the Frostlass Monkey Dory thing sometimes where you just lock people out, and you also are just presenting again a big beefy stage 2 like Dragapult and Guardy does that does a serviceable amount of 2-shot damage and some bench snipe. So yeah. It's funny that all 3 of the stage 2 decks, when you boil it down and actually think about it, they're pretty much doing the same thing in a slightly different way.
Gardevoir is tanky, Grimsnarl is efficient, and Dragapult is insane.
I mean, they're all tanky. Guardy's the least tanky of all 3 of those, but
well, yeah, but
it has like
Guardy's meant to tank.
Yeah, it's a better Turo deck because I mean I don't really see
Guardy
how this
doesn't
isn't a
play
good
Turo
Turo
anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I don't know. But that's my thoughts on Grimsnarl.
Well, Guardy has just alternate attackers. Yeah, I guess Grimsnarl might take the crown as the most tanky now.
It's another Guardy list. I don't feel like.
Well, actually, no, it's not even that tanky because you play Frostlass and you whittle yourself down.
Yeah. Rob's.
This is kind of close to it. This is kind of close to the Portland 60. I mean, the Watchtower obviously wasn't there. But...
yeah, I'm curious to see how much Watchtower there is. I'm not really going to spend too much time on.
We have to spend so much time on that deck. You don't understand. I don't know. Watchtower is just directly. It just goes hand in hand with how much like Noctowl decks are played. This deck is cool. I like this deck a lot. Leafeon EX is a very good attacker.
I don't even know what this does.
Grass, colorless, 60 damage for each energy attached to all your opponents but one.
Let's go against Grimsnarl.
And then grass.
That's really good against
No.
Grimsnarl.
The good attack is grass, fire, water, 200, heal 100 from each of your bench.
Oh, also pretty good. Pretty good against Pult, I would say. And Guardy and Grimsnarl.
Yeah.
Seems pretty dope.
Yeah, you
heal all your bench Pokemon from all the snipe damage.
Guardian, Pult, and just...
Although this deck will obviously depend on how good Watchtower is, because this deck obviously is going to be pretty weak for that.
They play C-Pow.
I guess, but it's the same thing as like when Mew is playing Pumpkin. You still have to find it under Lock Stadium. You can't search for C-Pow. You have to Ultra Ball for it. It can't be...
You can also Brock for it. You play 1 Brock.
Sure. You have 4 outs to it. Say they go Iono Watchtower. You still have to hit that. And then after the C-Pow, have the Noctowl. So the C-Pow is there, but it's nowhere near as good as... what was it? Resetting Hole Marshadow? With Red Knuckles.
Yeah.
That card was sick. That's what Pumpkin and Chenpao need to be for them to be staples.
And Marshadow was you could just have it on your bench.
And then discard it.
And then discard it whenever you want.
So not only could you like do tricks with like filling your board for like effects that cared about that, thinning your deck, like you can just like thin the Marshadow, put it down and not care, discard it. You could also discard your own stadium, like say you had an Artisan, you could just like preemptively get it, and you can like nice stretcher it back and do it like twice. It was sick. Marshadow is just like what these cards.
And then wasn't its attack not that bad?
The attack was great. It had fighting resistance, and it did 10 plus 60 if the opponent's active was an Ultra Beast, so it one-shotted Baby Buzzwole with the Choice Band one-shotted Buzzwole EX. So that card was dope. I loved the Baby Marshetta from back then.
We gotta pull up the Baby Marshetta.
No, they get it. I literally explained the whole card text to them. I could tell you, 8 HP, Dark Weakness, 1 retreat cost, blah, blah, blah.
1 retreat cost?
I was talking about this with my coworker today. I have an ungodly amount of Pokemon knowledge in my head. It's not cool. I have memorized like probably most of the like cards ever released at this point, based on like between retro decks and playing for so long.
I don't have an easy time remembering like every card, which is goofy.
I do. Unfortunately, I could tell you any card I've ever played with the exact text.
Okay, show me. 2015 Nationals.
That was won by Jason Klaczynski playing Seismitoad Garbodor versus Wailord in the finals. They went to Game 3.
Wailord's supporter line.
They played 4 Team Flareon, like 4AZ. They played some Cassius. They played Skylas. They had
Exact text of Cassius.
Cassius, shuffle one of your Pokemon into your deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, supporter, play once per turn. From XY base set.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. I played reverse hollows whenever I played Cassius. I played one Cassius to 2016 Worlds in my Seismitoad EX straight deck. I could tell you all about those cards too, but that's my little fun thing.
What's the Seismic Punch do?
Everyone knows. Double colors, 30 damage.
No, the other one.
Oh, 2 water, 1 colorless, 130, 230 to your bench Pokemon, of course.
2
3
of
retreat
your?
cost. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Downside, you can't have broken on that. Charizard Pidgeot. I've actually been seeing quite a bit of people talking about Charizard. What are your thoughts on Charizard, Lucas?
I think it's fine. It does not be pulled. You are coping. I promise you it does not be pulled.
It's never be pulled.
Hero's Cape does not be pulled.
No.
It does be Gardevoir. I will give you that. Your Grimmsnarl matchup is probably also not that great. It might be fine, but it's another one of those just like, oh, my entire board's gone.
Yeah. I just don't think that Charizard's been in a very good position for a long time. Ever since Dragapult's become the best deck, it's just worse than Dragapult most of the time. It is nice that you get like the big power spikes late game, but like if you think, would you rather do 300 to the active or 260 snipe? I would pick Dragapult's attack most of the time.
Yes, me as well.
And like so, like a max power Charizard is like debatably better than a Dragapult attack. Like 330, sometime a lot of the time actually is going to be worse than a Phantom.
This deck is just there because of Pidgeot. So
Yeah.
play Pidgeot. Pull.
Yeah, people do just really like playing Quick Search, which is reasonable. It's a sick card. It feels really good to play. Feels really nice when you get it out for a couple turns and you can use it like 4 times in a game. But I am not a fan of Charizard. But shout out to this person for winning. Obviously, they did get...
I mean, it's fine. Like, you can put them in weird situations just by going like Iono low, swing with Polt. Like, swing with Zard, one shot, their only good thing. Morgrims are having another estranged family moment.
Real. Apparently, this is the optimal Snow Runt because it does less damage to itself against an EX.
It's so...
But the other one has a better art.
Those conversations on Twitter just make me go like, dude, I can't.
What my response is, other one has a better art, don't care. The other one's sick. It's like sitting there smiling in the middle of the snowy thing. It's sick. Also, the Morgium is on the other side.
More.
You're a hater.
I'm a fan of like darker, calmer colors
Crazy work.
and just like chill vibes.
Nah, my opinion is strictly better.
Ooh, what?
Is there anything meaningfully different about this? Playing Shaman, other one wasn't.
Yeah, Shaman's
roughly
like okay.
same
I don't even know if
support
Shaman's like good in the Grimmsnarl because it's just a target. Oh, Frostlass, monkey. Oh, you're dead. Oh, 30 to your bench.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think there's really much to talk about here. What's the next deck?
Ooh.
Charizard Dragapult. Now this I think is a way that you can justify playing Charizard because you still get the power of
any one-shot Gardevoir. It's so inconsistent, man.
Yeah. I do remember playing this deck before rotation and feeling pretty happy about it. I did really appreciate that you can like set up your Dragapult really easily. You have Chi-Yu to one-shot.
This deck doesn't play Jock.
Yeah, no, Jock is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
We were playing double Team Evo, so that is something.
Were saying?
What was I saying?
You're saying it was pretty easy to set up your Dragapults and the energy acceleration from the Charizard.
Yeah, it's just like one of the big weaknesses of Dragapult is that you're so like reliant on attach per turn. It feels like you're playing like 2020 format again, where Crushing Hammer was so good.
Arc?
Yeah, like ADP and stuff.
No. Like RQC Star.
Oh, that was also very weak to Crushing Hammer. But Dragapult gets that back from Charizard just because at any point you can spontaneously create an attacker, which is something Dragapult can't really do in most of the lists because we're not playing Sparkle Kister or Nupper Energy, which is something I like.
Or Nupper.
People hate when I call it Nupper. It's Nupper.
Nupper.
That's the name of it. It's sick. What else would you call it? That's literally its name.
It's literally the name on the card is Nupper.
Yeah. So I think the trade-off here, obviously, like Lucas was saying, you trade off consistency.
Yeah, you trade off a bunch of consistency.
You gain an
really
strong...
insanely powerful attack in the late game. Dragapult can sometimes have a hard time dealing with things in the late game just because they go like Iono, put a big thing in the active, boom. Charizard does deal with that, you know? Like, Charizard can deal with that. You set everything up for Dragapult, and then Burning Darkness just goes absolutely crazy. Being able to one-shot Gardevoir in the early game is huge because that's one of Gardevoir's win cons with Clefairy and just tanking with Gardevoir. Puts a lot less pressure on your Dragapults. Charizard, it's good. Chi-Yu is actually underrated here. I think it does 140, if I'm not wrong. Oh,
it does do 140. So it does one-shot Dango.
It one-shots Dango. It's just a great one-prize attacker that you can charge up passively by evolving Zard. It's good.
Also,
Nojak is...
No, I'm thinking Chi-Yu EX.
Nojak is devious.
Real.
I think we should be playing.
We still need to think about Badu, guys. This also notably playing no Badu.
I just do not think we need this many fire energies, man. We can go down to 5.
Yeah, 6 is a lot, especially with triple luminous. But yeah, I think you lose consistency, you gain some late game power, and a better Gardevoir matchup by a lot.
Yeah. But honestly, Pull Dusk is still kind of good.
We're gonna go for this one
because it's kind of fun.
First.
No.
Anything? No, that's fine. Anything meaningfully different about this? They're playing an E-Switch.
Defiance Band.
Oh, the last one was playing Defiance Band.
No Maractus Cactus.
Malding. I love Maractus.
3 Frostlass, 2 Snorunt.
And then there was a
Pulse list that came fourth. Okay.
Ooh.
Lily?
Okay, what's up with the Rockets Pokemon and being separate? Like the trainers Pokemon being separate from the...
Dude, they just don't like their parents, man.
Real.
Or their little siblings.
Real. I do think there's some merit to trying out Crobat and Dragapult in the same deck. However, I think the advantage of the consistency you gain is definitely not worth it, especially in comparison to like Dusknoir. Are we really playing Crobat over Dusknoir, guys? Are we really doing that?
Yeah, low key. We're playing Rocket Energy. We're playing Dark Energy. Let's cut this Dark Energy for a Luminous Energy. Let's cut the Crobat, Zubats, Golbats, the Cyclone. Let's play a Unfair Stamp.
Yeah, why are we playing a Dark Energy? That's crazy work. Literally, for why?
For your...
Do you like hand attached Crobat and then Luminous it?
Yeah.
That's insane work. There's no way.
So let's cut this Cyclone. Let's cut this Crispin. Let's cut this Defiance Band. Let's cut this Super Rod. We don't need that. Then let's cut the Crobat line. Let's play a second Jock. Let's play a third Luminous Energy. Let's play a 3-2-1 Dusknoir line.
Do you know how you could convince me that Dusknoir is worse than Crobat and Dragapult? Win NAIC. If you don't, you're not convincing me. That's my thoughts. I don't.
That's pretty good day.
I don't think that we can really pretend that Crobat EX is better. Than Dusknoir. We look at this one.
Charizard.
Let's quickly look at this. Do we really need this? Is anything special here? No.
Colress.
We're playing Dusknoir.
Oh, Grantry.
Oh, see, we don't lose to Budio here. This is pretty cool. I do like the kind of.
But I think that instead of Colress Tenacity, we could just play Petrol.
Yeah, I actually am a pretty big fan of Petrol.
We could probably be playing like more Petrols here. Like we could probably play like double Petrol, triple Arven.
I think it is like underrated that Petrol is quite a bit better than Arven in an amount of decks.
Real.
Is this doing anything special? This looks like a pretty respectable.
This is
solid.
Good. I like this list.
I don't like League Headquarters, but
League Headquarters is cool. I don't mind it. I like the consistency boost. Some Dusk lists aren't really playing the Brock's scouting, but yeah, I like it.
This list is like aggressively clean for a limitless tournament. I respect this guy. This is the most respectable list I've seen thus far.
Real. Let's play 4 switch cards in our Joltik box.
Shout out Joe Maressa from the United States of America.
Grimmsnarl.
Takumi T. Anything crazy here from our Japanese fellow?
Marnie's more Grim. Dang, he's even further away.
We just keep running further.
4 Monkey. I mean, I don't mind it.
I love me
This
some
is
Monkey
kind
Dory.
of cool. This is clean.
Not bad. Okay, so that's that one. It's kind of seeing like the.
Let's talk about this one too.
What more?
Oh no, let's talk about Venomoth Frostlash.
No way.
Let's talk about
we don't have
Gallon
infinite
Fire.
time. You know, Lucas has exams tomorrow.
I do have exams tomorrow.
So the more yapping he does, the less studying he has to do for exams.
What time is it right now?
You guys got to cut him off. Currently 9 p.m.
Ooh.
He's cooked. He's cooked.
Oh,
guys.
I forgot to tell you that. Yeah.
What?
I missed my guitar exam yesterday.
Why?
I just completely forgot about it.
Brutal.
So now I have it rescheduled for next week.
He's cooked. Okay, that's that tournament. Kind of the same idea. A lot of the same decks we're seeing.
This top 8 is devious. What?
we got Ceruledge, Archaladon, a Great Tuskmail.
Dude, 9th. Dude, this is devious.
This is exactly why I tell people to take these results with a grain of salt. I do believe I said that at the beginning of the episode.
You should maybe have some. You didn't say that. You should maybe have some more than a grain. Morgan's getting a little bit closer. No, it's
roughly the same distance.
Yeah, roughly the same.
These are all roughly the same list. I do like the 4 Iono. I saw a couple with 3. I'm a big fan of
Bravery
Iono
Charm.
on my decks.
I like Bravery Charm and Budu decks just because it allows for Budu Wars to go in your favor a higher percentage of the time, especially if we're playing double Artisan, triple Monkey, 8 Dark. Like, you're just never losing a Budu War.
Bravery Charm's a good card. Turns out free extra HP is pretty good.
Oh, my lid, my fidget lid.
Oh, weird. This is the wrong one, sorry.
Yeah, man. How dare you?
Then we
Why not
have...
just close his tabs? Just so
Sure that. Yeah. Good call. There you go, Lucas. See, kids are smart. There we go. Another pretty clean list. Luxcape is here.
Dude,
EXP share is back.
This list is clean.
This just looks like previous format. This is like the same list as like that probably won a regionals at some point. No?
Bro, wait, what? Yo, this is clean. The double rescue board's clean. Who played this? Who is Pikachu 18151?
It's me. I'm just kidding. I am going to NAIC. I've been testing on play limits the whole time.
Oh my god, he doesn't care about what's happening.
Okay.
Yosio.
4 dark. That's the first. I think it's the first Guardian list I've ever seen that has 4 dark energies.
I don't hate it. Klefki? Nope.
4 monkey? I love this guy. Hell yeah. I love Monkey Dory.
Monkey Dory is pretty good.
Moshimoshira.
Hi.
Moshimoshira sugoi desu.
Hi.
Hoi. なんだろう。もしもしら最高です。
Hi.
Very roughly that translates to Monkey Dory is the goat.
How do you know what goat is in Japanese?
Just ask locals, man. They'll tell you whatever slang you want to know.
Go back to that Gardevoir list. We didn't look at it.
We did too, did we not?
No.
Oh, I got too distracted by saying Monkey Dory.
Yeah, we looked at it for like a second.
Not bad, guys. I got excited by Moshimoshira.
Oh, no.
No, Buddy Poffin.
Do you know what Buddy Poffin does?
No. Yeah, this is pretty standard. I said we're playing Klefki, we're playing 4 Monkey Dory.
I'm not a huge fan of the Klefki.
I do very much respect the 4 Dory, 4 Dark, though. That's dope.
Yes.
Devious
I'm
0 energy
so
switch,
sad
though.
that we're not playing Budu anymore. Nor are we playing Cleffa.
True. Cleffa's pretty good in this deck.
I like Cleffa a lot, man.
I think we've cut both of those cards probably for like actually just 4th Dory, 4th Dark, honestly. So, and then the Klefki, I'd be kind of curious what
I don't know why it's there. It's just like it's for Joltik. Yeah, like you're supposed to put it down and then they just like go, no, I can't put energies in my hands.
Moving on.
Great Test Mill. This deck is broken.
True. BDIF.
He got in at X2. Oh, this is a limitless list.
What am I gonna do? We're gonna move on.
No, actually, I want to. No. This is
obviously not a real deck. It's funny that he got this far, though.
This is a limitless list. 2 Crushing Hammer, 106. Triple
honestly, Zero 6 is pretty legit in this deck because they're just gonna be like, let me hoard my hand and then Iono, and you're like, discard 10, loser. It's pretty dope.
I guess nope. Oh, I thought there was no.
We can all agree this is not meta relevant. I don't know why they're
still fighting. Yeah, that's good.
Like your opponent turn 2 is a Grimmsnarl, and you're just like, okay. They hold a stadium and they can't lose.
Oh. Triple Artisan though, you have to get rid of that. That's what I was liking when I was playing Team Rocket Spite Ops.
Is there anything worth?
Dude, there's no Psychic Energy in this list. There's no Clefairy.
Hey, Double Gravity Mountain Protective Goggles, bro. It's all good. We can move on though. Play Clefairy.
Are we for real?
Lucas is Spalding. This is a deck I actually want to talk about. I'm a big Archaladon fan.
Ow.
Mostly only when I get to
cracking so hard.
I only like Archaladon when I get to play with Zork, so I don't like this list. But I do think the Venture Bomb, like Monkey Dory thing, is like reasonable because the difference between 220 and 240 for Archaladon is quite large. Can't really convince me Hero's Cape is the move here.
Yeah, I feel like this is. I'm
just biased. I don't think I could ever play an Arch deck that isn't Trolley Zork.
I think that
deck just feels so clean to play. I love playing that deck.
I think they just read Archaladon for the first time.
Yeah.
Because this is the kind of list that I built when I first read Archaladon.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll play Hero's Cape and I'll loop my heal cards.
Yeah.
I
do think like Venture Bomb is quite like obviously you have to play Dory for it
I
to
do
work.
like the Venture Bomb. With the Monkey, you're gonna get constant value from it, especially if you're playing like Cape and you're gonna tank a hit. You're gonna get Monkey value, so I don't hate it.
Nah, I think I could actually revisit Archaladon with Watchtower. I think that would be pretty good.
Watchtower is pretty cool.
And that's the arch list. And the next up was like Ceruledge. Interesting. What do we got here? The gas. The Varoom? Hawlucha? What is the Hawlucha for? What is that? Oh, break Pika. Okay, that makes sense.
I don't hate this. Just play like a... Oh, I like the double Turo. This isn't bad.
It's Ceruledge, bro. I'm a hater. Get out of here. Congrats to this guy, though, from Latvia. Oh, hell yeah. No, wait. I'm a big fan of Ceruledge now. We got Latvia. Diversity in the limit.
Why do you like Latvia?
I don't know. Just I haven't seen them play in a Pokemon tournament before. So, shout out another country.
Shout out Latvia. This is sick.
This is like, is this the first like ounce of Typhlosion playability we've seen?
Dude, that card Typhlosion's the 4th most played deck right now.
Bro.
I mean, it is just new deck syndrome.
Yeah, I don't think we can ever like, for some reason, it was very popular in Japan. I think we can all agree that Japan results don't necessarily always translate to TPCI results, which is pretty documented throughout the history of comparing the two formats. But I don't see why we were playing so much Typhlosion. Like a Typhlosion deck, just Typhlosion, like
it's pretty cool.
It's cool, but how is that ever playable?
You play like Victinis and stuff. And
you prize an Ethan, your deck doesn't work anymore. And even if you get all 4 of your supporter in the discard pile, which admittedly isn't that hard to do, like the payoff is what, it does 280? 40 plus 60? Yeah, you do 280 damage. That's really not that powerful on a stage 2 that once you discard all your Quilava, or all your Ethans, the Quilava's ability is useless. And that's just like your payoff, which doesn't seem like that good. And I just don't see how that's like playable. This is like better than like Leonzard, I guess, but why are we talking about this and we weren't talking about Leonzard? I don't get it. But that's my thoughts. I'm a hater. Lucas, are you comfortable dismissing this silly little guy with the... Lucas he's pondering, guys. He's pondering. Next tournament. You still here, Lucas? You good, bro? How about you talk about this one?
What?
He's not doing it.
Whoa, okay. What were we talking? Okay. Rocket Mewtwo.
There's no way that you were genuinely zoned
out. No, I
right?
wasn't genuinely zoned out. Yeah, I was trolling. I'm trolling. What tournament is this, though? I was low-key, like, hyper-focused on one spot on the computer. So that
Deep Sea Draw number 3.
Oh, I played in this tournament. I went 0-1 drop because I was like, I owned a 2 against a Joltik. They didn't have a Fez. They did not have a Mew. They needed Energy Gust, and they hit Energy Gust. And I was like, I'm going to lose my mind.
So real.
I'm going to lose my marbles. They're gone.
So real.
Where are my marbles?
Yeah, I don't know if I like this or dislike this. I don't think that you really need to play Great Ball.
One thing about Ethan's Adventure, I think that deck could maybe be explored with a Rapska, and then it might be okay. It depends on how big the Dusknoir version is.
Yeah. It is like you just surely...
The payoff just isn't enough,
man. The payoff for the downside of you like playing a bunch of evolving dudes that get farmed by the 3 stage 2 decks for your payoff to be 280 damage on a stage 2 one prizer that's gonna die the next turn.
That's kind of good. Like low key, but your Pokemon are just so like smushy.
Yeah, and then you just get Ionode because my Quilava search for 3 fire energy. Sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think this deck needs to play Great Ball. You can just lean so hard on Proton.
Yeah, the Team Rocket's Great Ball is kind of bait. It's just like a Team Rocket's card, so you're like,
did we play Capturing Aroma in any deck that wasn't Lugia that had no better option? No, we don't need to play Great Ball. There's better options.
I do like the 4 Rockets Factory. That card is insane. But I think we can cut Great Ball. We can play a 2nd Archer and a 3rd Proton.
Yeah, I definitely think you probably want 2 Archer. But
yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about how good this Wobbuffet is. I think Double Articuno is really good. I think you should be playing Double Articuno in your Rocket decks.
Probably. Then they can't Dusknoir them both.
Yeah, because then your board's like actually protected. Yeah. I think Double Mimikyu is also quite good. But maybe not in Mewtwo decks where you're like relying on something else. But you could totally just be playing Max Belt plus Petrol in this deck. And then you can actually find it. So then you actually have 6 Max Belts in your deck. Because you have the 4 Transceivers, you have the Petrol. It's kind of good.
Broken. I'm actually surprised I haven't seen it. I don't think there's like in this list without Max Belt, there isn't really much you'd be searching for.
Oh, Petrol for Prime Catcher, yes.
Yeah, so much better than playing a Giovanni, guys.
Yeah.
I actually don't see why we're ever playing Prime Catcher in here. Like you already have 4 Prime Catcher in your deck.
Yeah.
And you can't search it. So this seems like a whack Prime Catcher list.
You have 7 lists, 7 gusts.
Next up we have Sharkbait.
I love Sharkbait. Sharkbait is great.
And that's a movie reference, right?
Is it? I'm not well read. I'm not well experienced in movie
Shark bait.
culture. Jaws?
No, not Jaws.
I don't know.
It's either Shark's Tale, like the Will Smith.
I could totally see it
DreamWorks
being
movie.
Jaws, man.
It is not Jaws.
Dude, like shark bait. You're shark bait, and then come.
Or it's Nemo. It's Nemo or...
Oh, it's Nemo. It's Nemo.
Yeah.
I think it's Nemo.
Okay. Yeah, it was either Nemo or Shark's Tale, like the terribly
I think it
animated
because
sharks.
that's that one scene where the turtle's like talking about
Yeah.
sharks.
Something like that. I don't know. Doesn't
I
matter.
know, like right on the back, and the turtle sees
Sharkbait managed to get a pretty good second place placement with this previous format.
Dude, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Why is he so mad?
There's no Jacques.
Jacques bad. Just play Jacques.
No!
It's not Brock scouting. It's Jacques scouting now, and you can just shut Jacques because you can just get one evolution. Why do you need two? Just one Dracogue. It's fine.
I don't know why. I don't know why I'm acting like it actually matters to me at the end of the day what people play in their
I'm
decks.
so mad. This guy on an online limitless tournament didn't play a card I like. My day is ruined. Forever. My life is Jover. It's done. I'm cooked. And we close the list so Lucas can stop crashing out.
Thank
Boom.
God.
Oh, wrong
tournament.
again.
Close the tab.
Okay, Lucas. Bye, Sharkbait. DC, the District of Columbia.
This is the guy I lost to.
Is there a joke here that the U.S. government's only capable of playing Joltik blocks?
That's fire.
There we go. Real knee slapper, guys. But now I can't go to Worlds because they're going to arrest me at the border and cook.
They're also gonna. No, we have to cut that, man, because they're gonna arrest me, man.
True that.
Low key,
They're
if they
definitely
arrest me. Just make sure my story goes viral. It's fine.
True. We can get so much Twitter clout from getting arrested for the Lost Mind podcast. That'd be funny as hell. But anyways, this is...
editor, can you make sure to make the story go viral if we get caught at the border for saying that the
True that. I'll
US
message Carson
border
on
can only play
Discord
Joltik?
and be like, please take our story into the media.
That's
Definitely.
my final phone call.
That's my
one
first
phone call.
contact is...
Yeah, my one phone call is to the editor, yeah.
Shout out Carson, bro. But yeah, we don't need to talk about this.
He is just the editor. He's not an actual person.
No, he doesn't have a name. He's editor. He's editor now.
He's editor.
He's not a real guy. We have
I don't want to dox him to our 4 people watching right now.
We've said his name so many times on the pod.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of Carsons on this
I
planet,
know.
dude.
I know it's not. This list is kind of cool. Yon Mega
I
one
forgot
shots.
this card was in the set. I knew it existed, but I didn't
Yon
know it was
Mega
coming
one
out.
shots Grimmsnarl. Yon Mega one shots Charizard.
Hey!
Oh wait, real. It's a pretty good attacker.
I don't know what it does. It's a little...
What does Yon Mega Prime do?
It has an ability where your Yon Mega can attack for free if you have the same amount of cards in your hand as your opponent. It has 110 HP, I believe. It's a grass type. It does 1 grass, 1 colorless, 40 snap to one of their opponent Pokemon. It's called Linear Attack. The third attack is 2 grass, 1 colorless, 70 damage. I believe it has free retreat as well. And it has a fire weakness.
What's the effect on the second attack?
The effect?
Yeah.
It's 40 snipe for grass and colorless.
No, like the third attack.
It's just 70 damage. There's
No, it isn't.
Sure it is.
No, it isn't.
Okay, pull this up. I might be wrong. I haven't played Yon Mega Prime. This is me pulling up.
No, it's discard your energies. Do 20, I think.
No, you literally don't know what you're talking about. You literally don't know what you're talking about. Watch this. Boom! Oh!
Oh! No! Swear word!
Sorry, it's still PG-13 because it's only one square.
Yeah.
Neither of us. I wasn't right. You weren't right, so it's all good.
Dude. You got cooked.
I did get cooked. I should know this one too because I have decks built with this, multiple of them, but that's okay.
Dude, that was a fire, spontaneous question, though. That was good. I don't know. So the synergy of this deck is you go attach jet.
Ooh, are we resubmitting? Yeah, sure. Let's resubmit the form. There we go.
You go retreat into Yon Mega. Attach. This deck should be playing more jet energy. You go attach. Move the energies to the Iron Hands. Attack with Iron Hands. Or you attack with another Yon Mega. There's 2 lightning energies in this deck and no Earthen Vessel.
Yeah, you also...
There are 4 Dusk Balls in this deck and no Nest Ball.
Sick. Well, honestly, that's kind of basic.
I don't hate
you have
it.
to find a Dunsparce and Yon Mega, which you're not Ultra Balling for every time. Also, a thing you can do if you don't have anywhere better to put your energies, just you can put them on a Dunsparce and just shuffle them back in the deck to get back onto the Yon Mega.
I would say that's not very common. You just cycle Yon Megas.
Did I say it's common, or did I say it's a line?
Landon, you...
All right. Yeah,
all right. Yeah.
Yeah. For Morty's conviction, crazy work.
I don't know.
I do kind of see it because
he was cooking too hard. It was like 2 a.m. He's like, I don't want to play research, man. Oh.
I mean,
I don't want to play nest ball, man.
I can see the idea between prioritizing a build hand supporter in a Dunsparce deck.
I do see it.
Because, like, obviously you want to build a big hand. Researching away a big hand feels very terrible. Ionoing a big hand
hate it.
is,
but it's just kind of, it's too dependent on what they do.
Yeah. I don't think that, like, you're top 8ing in a regional with 4 Morty's Conviction in your deck. But I do think this deck is cool, has some merit. I don't think it's going to be like a tier deck, but, like, probably get away with it at League. Garchomp. This is a deck that is going to be really good, I think, when the Fighting Electric Power comes out. But for now, I think this is going to be a deck on the back burner.
What is that?
There's a Fighting Electric Power.
Are you kidding me?
No, you didn't. It came out like the same time Mega Lucario EX got revealed.
Dude.
There's no way you haven't seen that. That's been out for months. Revealed at least.
I did not know that.
Garchomp is a card I think...
Why is Gabite here?
Hey, it's closer than the rest of them. I think it's probably because they're all Cynthia's Pokemon. That probably has something to do with like the
he's kind of starting to separate. He's a bit done with his dad, but
I do think like this Gabite line seems like really promising because like the basic has a pretty good attack at dealing with Budew. Like it's gonna maybe win a Budew war if they don't have Monkey. Gabite obviously cracked because you just like set your whole deck up. You go like turn 1 triple Gabite or
triple Gibble, Gabite, and Gabite, and the Gabite.
And then you search for the one you actually want at the end of it after. And then the next turn you just go like thin the rest of your deck of all your Cynthia's. So like, it's not like drawing you cards.
Go back.
Oh,
Wait, we're not
right. I forgot. I'm a menace.
Menace. That was a crazy voice.
Real. We also have like 1 for 40 on Gabite. So like turn 2, we can just go like evolve, attach, set up our board, kill the Budew. So that's pretty good. So Cynthia's Power Weight.
Evo. You just go turn 1, Evo into Gabite. Roserade and then Gabite for Gabite.
Yeah, and then if we don't know what Roserade does, it just does plus 30 for all of your Cynthia's Pokemon. So like, in theory,
pull up this tomb real quick. I just want to make sure that I know what it does. I think I'm closing my eyes right now. I think it does 10 for each damage counter on all of your bench Cynthia's Pokemon, or maybe it's specific to all of the damage on one Cynthia's Pokemon on your bench.
What is there's more effect to this? Oh, he looked at the screen, doesn't hit.
This effect is 10 damage.
It's for all your Cynthia's on the bench.
Okay.
But yeah, the idea with this deck is you present a power weighted Garchomp with 400 HP, which is admittedly crazy. And then you can either tank, move to the bench, attack with Spiritomb because
Garchomp has free retreat, right?
It does have free retreat.
That's absurd.
This card is really well statted. I think when the Fighting Electric Power comes out, this card's going to be crazy. I'm kind of surprised it's not already like seeing more attention than it is because the first attack looks weak, but we're hitting for like 130, maybe 160. I do think you could also get away with playing a much thicker Roserade line.
This beats much.
No, just I think the card will have some time to shine. Like it's a very well
Fighting Electric Power will be great.
Yeah, this card is
the problem is that you have to put down bad one prizers to kill with it. Wow,
what's the bad one prizer?
Roserade.
Why is it so bad? It sets itself up. It has 1 retreat, 130 HP. It's not bad.
Well, yeah, but it's just going to be targeted by like Dustin. I think
guess.
in a Pult, you just aren't really going to keep that Roserade in play for that long. I think playing, I don't know. It's kind of rough, but I think once your Roserade dies, maybe you can Spiritomb. I think a Turo would be good in this deck because then if they do 200 and put damage on something, you can just...
I think this would be a really good Turo deck. Not even for the reason that it has so much HP, because like base HP 330 is like enough to be a tanky deck. It's that like your second one-shot attack discards your energies anyway, and the first attack draws you up. So like you can Turo, still draw cards that turn, or you can have no downside to your Turo because it had no energies on it.
Yes, or you can go Turo something else that after your Garchomp soak to hit, bench Spiritomb swing, because your board is going to be really tight because you're going to want your triple Gibble, your Roserade. There is actually space for the tomb. Never mind. But I do think this deck is a good Turo deck. I think it offers a lot of utility.
Yeah.
Because like your deck is just very tanky. You have a 400 HP Pokemon. So you can realistically go Iono yourself very low in the late game. Iono them low. Attach Fighting Energy. Attach Power. And then you have 400 HP. You draw up to 6 because your hand was bad. You then go Gear into Turo into something else, swing, and then you actually are able to make good comebacks. I think this deck could play another counter catcher, but I do like this deck a lot.
I honestly am really surprised that this isn't like a deck.
This seems really good. Yeah, I'm thinking about this more.
When I saw this card, this deck is sick.
This seems way better than what people are saying it is.
Yeah, I honestly like...
I don't know why Ethan's is getting all the hype.
Yeah, just the Garchomp is a crazy sided card.
Garchomp.
It's going to get better.
Garchomp.
Yeah, real. Roserade.
I don't know why Watchtower's here.
Yeah, I don't really think you'd really need the help against some. Maybe they felt disadvantaged into Noctowl decks. I don't know what the better stadium would be. You definitely do need a couple stadium bumps because you will just get cooked by Jamming Tower if you don't.
I mean, I don't hate Watchtower either. Like, into Noctowl decks, it's like pretty good. Like, you just go Stamp plus Watchtower and they're like, ugh.
Yeah, which is very strong.
And I mean, I guess you do probably lose to EVs, but like I don't know if you're committing that much into EVs just because they do have that Leafeon.
I just think this card is sick.
But also,
if you look at this card, you have 260 for 2, free retreat, fill your hand, ability, especially once the electric power comes up. But even now, you go like Rose Raid. You could easily play like a Defiance or a Vit Band to get yourself up to that extra 10 damage that you need to get to 330. If you had double Rose Raid in play, this deck has just, I think, a lot more options. Like the first attack 2 shots once you have 2 Rose Raids in play, the second attack 1 shots, and without the Rose Raid in play, it's still a pretty serviceable rate on a really tanky Pokemon. So. Also, I don't think that you're saying, how is your Rose Raid dying? You just power weighted, dude. Like, you're such a hater. This deck, all of the Pokemon have plus 70.
Oh, wait, real. It doesn't die to Dusknoir. It doesn't die to Dusknoir.
Never dies to Dusknoir.
Especially because with the power weight, Dusknoir plus Phantom Dive 60 counters doesn't kill it. So they have to Haw.
Real.
Hawlucha. Because a lot of people, yeah. That's fire. That's good. This deck's really good.
I haven't obviously been thinking about this much, but when I first saw Garchomp and the fact that it has Skibite, like, different story if we don't have the basic that just sets your whole deck up. It's like if Dragapult didn't have Dracloak, but...
Deck's still powerful, but not as good.
Yeah, this deck has a Dracloak, so I don't see how this is seeing 0 play right now, 0 attention. I would not be surprised if, like, a testing group cooked Garchomp and, like, farmed some people at NAIC. That may be a bad take, but I wouldn't be surprised to see this card do much better than
I agree. No, this card's really good.
Because also, like, they set up, like, against Polt or Guardy, like, they set up most damage on your board, and you're like, okay, nice. One-shot everything in your deck for 1 energy on a basic Pokemon. And, like, yeah, everything has plus 70 if you really wanted to. So, this deck is sick.
Being able to do a lot more damage with your Rose Raid allows for Polt going 206. If you have double Rose Raid in play, your Spiritomb now one-shots that.
Okay, wait, hear me out.
You can set it up.
Area 0, play some Cornerstone, and then your whole bench is always full because Gabite finds everything. Just 4/4 Rose Raid, always one shot. Cooking. And then you don't even need to Turo.
What are you cutting though?
I don't know.
You're cutting like probably some energies. This is an insane amount of energy.
It is a pretty. I mean, second attack does one shot, but like discard all your energies. So if you want to like attack with the Garchomp, second attack like more than once or twice.
Just play Super Rod.
Yeah, but that's enough. You have to move over Garchomp. I think this deck is kind of criminally underrated right now. That's my take.
I agree.
We have 3 more decks to talk about in this top 8. We have Roaring Moon.
Let's just talk about Moon and then we can stop because the rest of the decks are like for X2.
Is there anything that really meaningfully separates this from previous format? This plays 0 new cards, correct?
Yes.
This deck won the special event, right? I saw like a strip or a clip on Twitter.
It did win the special event.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I think this deck is like pretty reasonable. Like it's pretty consistent way of donking with Petarant, and then like Roaring Moon EX just one shot stuff. I don't see how our only attacker is actually Roaring Moon EX. Like surely play a baby. Yeah, I think you should play like a baby Roaring Moon as well while you're here.
I like that. Yeah, I think
because like to enable the Koraidon,
you can also just attack with Poison Chain.
Yeah, it's not an ancient Pokemon. Like to enable your Koraidon,
yeah, that's fine.
You just have to initiate with a 2-prizer, which is not an efficient way of using your 1-prizer. I would like to see a 1/1 split of the Koraidon Baby Moon, and then otherwise I'd be pretty happy with this deck as a concept. So that's Roaring Moon. I think that's pretty much all we have to talk about this week.
Yeah.
I don't really feel the need to. We can just like click on this quickly. Nope, nothing crazy here.
These Morgrim's just so far away, man.
I know. And this is playing Clefairy, so
okay.
Yeah.
Power Glass.
Power Glass. I mean, that's pretty reasonable. Like onto a Pikachu, I guess.
I kind of like the Power Glass, but I just like just allows you to go Power Glass plus Crispin.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the episode for this week. It was kind of just spitballing about some of our like initial thoughts on some of the initial format. Like obviously these tournaments on Limitless online or
take them with salt.
It's not the best like source of information,
Great
but
Tusk.
It's what we have. It's the tournaments we have access to. Obviously, like testing groups have their own like closed doors testing with each other. That's not public access, but this is the public knowledge that we have for this format so far. Like the format's pretty close to the same. You're just basically adding Grimmsnarl, you're adding maybe Rocket's deck, and then maybe somebody breaks Garchomp for the tournament, which
I think is very possible.
I think it's possible. I don't think it's incredibly likely, but just like looking at that card, looking at the support system it has for itself, it seems quite powerful. I think it has the resources to succeed.
Yeah,
and
very,
will only get better
very similar to last format. I mean, I don't think Rocket's is gonna be that big.
No, I still think the best deck's Gardevoir.
I don't know if I would agree with that, but it's pretty good.
It's just like. I don't know how we can argue that Guardy's not the best deck. Like, how many events of the last format it won? It won, like, what, 80% of them, if not
Something
more?
like that, yeah.
It's insane. Like, I don't think there's been a deck in recent memory that I can think of that won that many events in a format. Like the last one I can think of would be like 2018 expanded Toad Oranguru. Like that deck was broken. I don't think that Guardian's on like that level of like unfair. No other deck can really beat this, but I do think that Guardian just has like the best rounded matchup, best like rounded matchup spread, and also just like an insane skill expression that not that many decks ever have.
Yeah, real. Like a lot of top players are just gonna be able to.
Yeah, like if you just practice with Guardian and you're playing against people that don't really know what they're doing, it's just kind of unfair. Like, sure, the game might seem close to them, but it's one of those decks that it's like incremental advantage, but like the advantage is just always better. Like you're just gonna beat them by the end of the game. Doesn't matter how close it seems.
Yeah, being on one prize does not mean that the game was close.
No, it just means that you've sealed your fate because you've activated their counter catcher.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't really think there's like a huge switch up. I do think like the top 8's going to be relatively, like if you look at the decks in top 8, it's probably going to be roughly the same. Maybe throw a Grimmsnarl or 2 in there. Maybe throw a Mewtwo in there. Maybe throw a Garchomp or 2 in there. That's about
not
it.
in top 8. What?
Hey, I told you. Maybe it's testing groups like this Garchomp card has 400 HP.
Huh? I would say that Rockets is not going to be.
And this is the one format before Tool Scrapper. It will probably, I think Tool Scrapper is going to be legal for Worlds. I saw it leaked. I think. So, and that's like a black and white card that makes sense that it would be in that set. So, might be the time for Garchomp to shine before Tool Scrapper comes out and ruins its day. Because as of now, you cannot remove that tool without playing
Lost
a supporter.
Vacuum.
You can play.
Ruffin?
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. It's like discard a special energy.
Yeah, discard special energy and a tool.
And then like
it was played in that control list earlier.
Jamming Tower like is tool removal, but they just bump the Jamming Tower and their tool's still there, so it's not like permanent removal.
Yeah,
it's different because it's like a global effect, so it removes multiple tools at once, but it goes away. So not anywhere going to be as good against those HP tools as something like a Scrapper would be. But I think that's all I really have to say, Lucas.
That's also kind of that sums up everything.
Lucas needs to study. I worked all day. And
there's tacos waiting at home.
Real. So it is Sunday, so kind of a fail, not a Taco Tuesday. Brutal.
Taco.
No Lego Movie reference.
Taco Sunday.
Do you know what Taco Tuesday? Did you know that's from Lego Movie?
No.
Someone culture.
What do you mean? What's the reference?
It's Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's from the Lego Movie. They talk
like
Taco Tuesday, woo! And they have tacos. It's crazy. They got Lego tacos. It's nice.
I didn't know that. It's gotta originate from somewhere else.
Maybe. I don't know. That's where I found it as a kid. That's where, like, my mom started having Taco Tuesday at the house after the Lego Movie came out. That was like a real thing. We had Taco Tuesdays after that. So
that's fine.
White people tacos, of course, like salsa, sour cream, like beef with store-bought taco seasoning, and like some vegetables. Like Mexicans would cry if they saw me eating this food, but white people.
Low key, I'm so excited to try like an authentic Mexican.
I'll go to Mexico in like what day is it? June 11th. In 11 days, I'm flying to Mexico. I will be in Mexico while people are at NAIC, living my best life.
Do not do what happened last year.
Oh, like shit my pants. Last year when I went to Mexico, we went to a town called Sayulita in, I think it was Nayarit province of Mexico, and their claim to fame, like previously, was that they dumped all their sewage into the ocean. The municipal government or whatever ruling body that would oversee that stated they had cleaned up that issue and it was no longer going to the ocean. But turns out the week I was there, whether they actually fixed it or just say they did, there was a leak of sewage into the ocean and it was not very publicly broadcasted. So me and my girlfriend and girlfriend's family were like swimming in that water for a week, and then Elle ended up getting like terrible diarrhea and like abdominal pain, and it was brutal. I was just on the toilet like the last week of my trip, but I still had fun. Was still walking around, just had to stop at the baño more often than everyone else. And everyone else, like I did like a week with my girlfriend's family and then went to Bucerias, which is like a different town in I believe the same province or like just the other side of the province line there. But
I'm so uncultured. I didn't know Mexico had provinces.
Bro, what do you think other countries have? They're just one big like.
No, I thought that they had like. No, I would
Japan has
said,
prefectures. Some have states. I'd say most countries have provinces.
I would have said provinces for like Europe. I just didn't know that Mexico had.
It might even be states. Honestly, I'm not fact checking. I'm just saying that. Let's look that up. Let's fact check. Let's do some geography. Okay. You might be right. Mexican province or state?
Provinces. Okay, definitely.
States of Mexico. States. It is a state. There you go.
I didn't know that. That's kind of cool.
Oh, Mexico officially the United Mexican States. There you go. 10-4, guys. Lucas was right. I was wrong. They're not
I
provinces.
didn't know
they're
this.
states.
I didn't know this.
He's coincidentally right.
I didn't say that they were states.
Anyways, guys, the point of the story, the second half.
He's giving me credit where I don't deserve
The
credit.
second half
I am not
of the
good at
trip.
geography. I barely know where I am.
Trying to tell a story here, Lucas, okay? The
Then
second
continue.
half of my trip, my biological family came down and my girlfriend's family left. And we went to a different town. I met them up. Like, I took a ride over to the other town and met them there. And they were all perfectly healthy. And here I am, like, pooping through my butt all the time.
What? No way.
I know. And they're all having fun. And I'm just, like, sleeping all day and, like, pooping my guts out. There's like a picture of me like at my aunt's like super luxury like condominium that they're all having so much fun and like the private pool, getting drinks and having all this food. And there's a picture of me like sleeping passed out on like the chair because I'm so beat from this like sickness I got from the water. But anyways, supposedly I won't have that happen to me again. I'm not going back to Sayulita, which is like the town that's notorious.
You should
for this
go
poop
swim
water.
in the Sayulita water.
I'm good. There was a lot of other people in the water too. There was a lot of locals in the water too, which also confused me. So like they must have known about it, just not cared, or have like guts of steel because they're just exposed to the poop water all the time. But I don't know.
I don't know. How like is Mexico's like code of sanitation like the same as ours?
I mean, it's just a less wealthy country. Like,
Yeah,
it's nothing
yeah.
like against them. They just don't have the resources to
Yeah.
like do that. And obviously, there's like a higher rate of corruption and all
Yeah.
these things in this country that
I was just
make.
wondering. Yeah, like yeah.
But there's still like nice places in Mexico that are like safe and cool to
yeah.
hang out.
Like-
It's actually cool when we were in Sayulita. They were doing like
my first thought was New Mexico, and I caught myself before
Oh
I said
my
anything
God.
stupid.
there was like a military patrol coming through, and I was actually surprised because you kind of seem intimidated by like the Mexican military. They're coming through with like big guns on trucks, but they were really nice. They're like waving at kids and like giving kids high fives and stuff. I was like, that's sick. As a fellow public service worker that likes to give kids high fives, I was like, that's dope, guys. That's dope. So, I felt quite safe and protected by the Mexican military while I was there. They're quite nice. So
Yeah,
shout out that.
it could honestly just be propaganda that makes us think the way. That
Maybe,
we do about
but
it.
they made me feel safe and not unsettled. So that was cool.
No, I don't mean it like that. I mean it like propaganda as to why we had negative connotations about the.
Oh, I see. Yeah, Mexico's dope. They've got a sick female president. It's dope. Hell yeah, go Mexico. Well, sorry, we're getting a little.
Honestly, women being leaders is sick. Man.
Canada and
Like,
Mexico
it just-
are like extra homied up now that the U.S. is not nice to us anymore.
Yeah, it just brings like a whole different perspective to politics that just isn't common at all when
Yeah.
a woman is like the lead, just because
She's dope.
they view the world differently, and it's
Stands up to Orange
pretty
Man.
necessary because they actually like a lot of the people who are prime minister have gone through very little discrimination, if any at all. A lot of stereotypically, especially in like America and Canada, a lot of white men just run for it, so they don't
Do you feel
go through.
discriminated against, Lucas?
No.
Frequently?
No.
Have you ever been discriminated against, you think?
No.
Well, that's male white privilege right
Yeah,
there,
that's
guys.
insane male white privilege. The closest thing is like maybe some. I don't think I've ever been
Hey,
discriminated
whoa,
against
whoa,
for my weight.
Lucas, did you know that here on the Lost Mine podcast, we are aware of social injustices?
I didn't know
Crazy.
that.
We're
Actually,
woke. We're woke libtards.
white men are so negatively affected by discrimination. It's terrible.
True that.
Especially when they're straight. Like, oh my
Okay,
god.
if you're a white man that's been discriminated against, please drop a comment below in the video. Share your discrimination stories in the comments.
I don't know. It's just sick getting people getting people in politics that have actually faced some sort of discrimination.
Real.
It's pretty cool. Like Obama being the president
proud
for
of
Obama being the president for 8 years was pretty sick.
It was dope.
And then we got this.
That's our political takes for the day. We don't like the orange man. We like Mexico though, and we like our American friends, but it's not the orange one. But anyways, that's
AOC's pretty cool. Bernie's pretty cool.
that's why I said not
They
the
got
orange
they
one.
got a couple skeletons in the closet, but
Yeah, I told you I don't like
Just
the orange
hide-
man.
just
Other
hide
ones
it.
are pretty chill. The orange man and surrounding administration people are not cool, but the other ones are cool. That's all good.
dude, we gotta summon Vance to give a handshake to Trump.
That's the secret strategy. What am I thinking?
Yeah, because like the Pope just dies.
Surely Vance has never shake Trump's hand ever.
Definitely.
Not one
Surely-
time.
No, not one time. Not a single time.
Real. But that's our political rant that usually happens at the end of
Or-
the episode.
He just loves Trump as much as a straight man, as much as you can love a man as a straight man, and it just went through.
Maybe they're gay.
Yeah.
It's a bromance.
No, I was referencing the Elon tweet.
Maybe.
Do you not know the tweet?
No,
He's
I blocked Elon on
Dude,
Twitter
he said,
a long time ago.
well, it just appears on my feed. Like I still haven't blocked. He said, I love Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love a man.
Elon's so gay. I love seeing the AI edits of them like playing together
Dude,
and
it's so
like
funny.
giving each other baths and stuff. It's so funny. Feeding each other food.
That's
It's
the
just
one time where AI is acceptable.
real. Anyways, that's our podcast episode.
Like, dude-
You always can stick around at the end for some little tidbits of fun.
How long have we been talking? Because
Yeah,
we started this
10
at about an
minutes.
hour. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I thought it was gonna be 20.
No. But that's all we have to say this week. I will shout out my personal Twitter at KaitlerTCG. I'll shout out our Lost Mind Twitter at the Lost Mind Podcast.
Lucas Oldell on Twitter.
I am no longer offering coaching on Medify at this time, so if you were wondering why you can't find that link on our description anymore, that would be why. I'm not going to advertise something that I am not offering at this moment. So that's about all I have to say. You find us again in 2 weeks. The podcast is going strong. We're just out here chilling, releasing our episodes when they come out. We're probably going to do another bonus episode with some possible surprises before
Maybe.
NAIC.
Possibly.
Possible. Just depends on how
It's
things
supposed
work
to be
out.
this week, but we messed it up.
Yeah, so anyways, that's it. That's all. Eat your vegetables.
Shout out Mexico.
Yeah, shut up. Viva Mexico, bro. Viva Mexico. Broccoli.
Carrots.
Celery. Lucas can't think of another vegetable.
Broccolini.
Broccolini. I'm gonna go with asparagus.
Arugula.
Bye.